Welcome. In this video, I will do limits by rationalizing. So I will do this example, but first I have to demonstrate some concept here. So let's say you have a root of a minus b, let's say plus b. So there is something which is called a conjugate. So the conjugate for this, which is called a conjugate. So the conjugate for this root is conjugate for this one is root a, but in between we have a minus sign here. So even the conjugate for this one, the conjugate for root a minus b is a plus b. So this is a reverse. The conjugate for root a plus b it's root a minus b, but the conjugate for root a minus b it's a plus b. So that's it. So, and there's something that I want to emphasize also. If I want to write 1, I can use this value and to present 1. So I can have root a plus b divided by root a plus b, and this will give me 1. So this is the concept that I will use to solve this problem here. So let's get started with it. So as you can see here, I have my problem, which is a limit of root x plus a plus 1 minus 1 divided by x. So if you see, if we can do a direct substitution, it will not work because we'll end up dividing with 0 and we'll end up with an undefined. So what we can do here, the thing that we can do, we can just come and multiply with the conjugate of our numerator here. So the conjugate for this one, as you see here, you see here, the conjugate for root a plus b, it's root a minus b. So which means here the conjugate for x plus 1 is root, so x plus 1, it's the same as a on that type of problem. Then we have minus here, which means the conjugate will have a positive, and 1, which was presented by b on that example that I did on the next page, so on the previous page. So and then I will have to times with 1 here because our limit was already times by 1, but I changed my 1 and I represented using the conjugates. So now I have this and this one. So it's the same thing as I multiply by 1, but but this time 1 is presented by the conjugates, so it's the same thing. So now I can come here to forward. So square root times square root, the square root will be limited out. I'll have the limit as this first 0, so I will have x plus 1 because square root times square root we will cancel out, and we have the inner part of the square root as x plus 1, and then I will say square root times 1, square root x plus 1 times 1, it will give me square root x plus 1. Then I come here, like I will say this part here times this one, and then I will come there and say this one times this one, and they will cancel out and they will give me 0. When I'm saying 1 times 1, I will get negative 1 because it's negative 1 times positive 1. They will give me negative 1, and I will divide with my x. I will do nothing here and just leave it as it is, x plus 1 here. And then if you see positive 1 and negative 1, they will cancel out, and I will be left with a limit as x approaches 0 of x divided by x into square root of x plus 1 here. Then if you see, our x will cancel out, so now we can perform our direct substitution by substituting 0 in place of x. So if I'm substituting this 0 here, what I will have root 1. So I will have 1 over root 1 plus 1, and this will give me 1 over root 1 is 1 plus 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2, so I have half. So this is the limit for this one here. So that was it, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoy my video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. I will see you on the next video.